I thought of starting today with reading some of the signs of purification, some of the signs that indicate that we're purifying. And before that, I wanted to make a clarification. Yesterday, when I said that I think our society has gone quite dull and boring in terms of spirituality, I didn't mean the spirituality that is part of our society, like many Christian practices and groups and people. This is very profound. There are very good things there. I meant the going into a lot of materialism and everything being just substance and everything coming just from the senses and consumerism and all this kind of stuff. So just a thought of clarifying that. So, and then I thought of reading some signs of purification so that we're aware of them. They usually come when we engage in practice for a long time or quite in an intense way, but they do happen sometimes just at the beginning of our purification practices as well. So just in case you find yourselves in some of them, or just to know that they happen, and it's nice because you see changes, something is being moved there inside. So a number of these occur while dreaming, and we might dream of fighting. These are kind of quite indicating dreams, the ones I'm going to read, then I'm going to explain some more, such as fighting and overcoming a person dressed in black. This is quite clear. Vomiting noxious substances, drinking milk, meeting gurus, receiving visions of meditational deities and the like. This can happen also. Or dreams like we're finding a jewel or a treasure, or we fly in the sky, or we put on new clothes, especially beautiful or white new clothes, things like that. They seem to be quite clear in their meaning. But it can also happen that we dream of kind of difficult things, right? Some obstacles there, or war, or a fight, or something like that. This also means that something is being moved there. It's usually said when it's purified, then this vomiting or this drinking milk, which is white, and so on. This means something has gone out. But during the process, there are some also dreams that may indicate travel, kind of. But this is things that are coming up. So it's also a sign that we're purifying, we're progressing along the path. And there are more definite, it says here, more definite signs of success that occur while we're awake. And this happens. Our physical body may come to feel light and buoyant. We might find that we need less sleep. Our thinking becomes more clear than before. We gain insight into areas of the spiritual path that had previously been obscure also. We can also feel more confident in ourselves, in our practice. There's kind of a light coming on. But also, this is the sign of purification. Then meanwhile, there's a whole process there that's happening, that things are coming up, right? So we can also feel suddenly we don't feel well, for instance. This can happen. Or we just become very angry for almost no reason at all, or just a small reason, but it's kind of, it doesn't completely fit, you know, like it wasn't that much and I feel all this rage. This can happen because they are things, or strong attachment, you know, because they are things that were there in the unconscious, and they were shaping our mind. This is karma, which shapes our mind, and it's coming up. So this can happen. Or suddenly we might feel very tired for a while. Things like that. So this can be a sign of purification, especially if they don't have a clear reason. Clear reason, like everyone has a cold and I get a cold. This would be a clear reason, right? So maybe this is not purification, although, and as Lama Rinpoche says quite often, everything can be taken as a purification, in the sense that it's something that comes out, it's out. We need to be careful with this, because sometimes we might find a lot of obstacles in our lives, or when trying to develop a project, or in our inner lives and so on. If we just say, oh, this is purification, and we do nothing to overcome them, maybe it's not purification, maybe just we could do things better. Somehow we could work a little bit more in the causes that are producing these obstacles. So there's, you know what I mean? So there's one thing is thinking it's purification, so I'm fine with that, I can overcome this, and you know, and it helps us being fine with what is happening. But at the same time, we work with the causes that might be producing these obstacles or hindrances or wherever. Otherwise, we can get stuck there. But in any case, they are signs of purification. And I'm going to read some more from, there are some others that can come in dreams, like black worms crawling out of our pores. So that's an interesting one. Swallowing the sun or the moon. Chasing away a black ox or a bad-tempered horse. I wonder if we would have this kind of dreams. They probably come with the daily life of everyone. So maybe it wouldn't be an ox, maybe something different. But you know where this is pointing to, right? Ascending the lion's throne, entering into palaces of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, seeing your body emitting white light, your body giving out a fragrance, ascending a white mountain or any kind of mountain. This is good. And this is my favorite one, the last one, riding on a Dharma ship across the great ocean. I think that's a definite one. So it's good. Now we know it. But in the process, it can happen that we have travel inside somehow, both when we're awake and when we're asleep. This is good. And at the end, we of these processes, we usually feel, or we can feel more, you know, these signs like more energetic, for instance, more clear mind, or sometimes more kind of free from some weight that we were having, you know, this a weight that was heavy on us, and now it's like, wow, maybe it's not that much. I mean, it's like we become free from these things, and sometimes also from things that we put somehow ourselves into, like a prison we make for ourselves, like I should be like that, I should do this. I mean, and there's no, I mean, everything can be changed, other things can be changed, but this is stuck with me somehow. And suddenly maybe we realize, what if I don't do that? You know, what if I get rid of this need, or this having to do that, or having to be like that? there's a freedom there that can happen also. So that's good. These are powerful practices. And yeah.
I was wondering, if we notice things in dreams, I do dream work, developing lucid dreaming and this sort of thing. And so I would tend to try to get involved in dreams if they were unusual. I mean, is it best just to leave them and watch them and let them happen, or to actually...
It depends. There are quite different approaches to dreams. Usually what is said in this context is don't give to them too much importance. In the sense, if they are bad, don't get caught in, I have plenty of problems and this is difficult. It's just a dream. It's indicating that something is moving. Fine. If they are good, don't get attached to that. Now I'm brilliant. Now everything is gone. I want some more of those, Usually the advice is this one. Now, we sometimes dream of some person that pops out from our childhood or wherever that we didn't think about him or her for years. And it happens that it had an effect to us, so we might start working a little bit with this if we want to. But usually if we do these practices, purification practices, and it kind of, it requires you more doing it and observing it, right?
Yes. Yes, I've always not known about the balance. I was thinking really of the difficult things, because I think we would have been advised in the people I work with in a lucid dreaming situation, if you have a really difficult problem, you would see that as like the young shadow and you like hug it, if it's a monster coming at you, rather than backing off, you would actually embrace it. I mean, I was just thinking of those sort of techniques, or would you just leave it and
no,
watch?
they can be good. We have techniques in our Western psychology that can work well, and usually with Buddhism, we go to the root, right? We just go into the root and purify karma. But we have all these psychological techniques that to work with our daily lives and shadows and traumas and all these. We can very well use both.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Sometimes it's said that Buddhism doesn't have, this is something I'm reflecting on lately also, maybe I'm wrong again, but sometimes it's said that Buddhism doesn't have techniques for healing certain things that happen to us in this life and so on, this. And I think, okay, it's not specific that it works with certain type of traumas and shadows and things that we have. It's true, it's not usually specific, but it's not that it doesn't have techniques. It's just that they go more into the root, and that is a lot that we're not using them. I mean, sometimes if we would do 1 month Vajrasattva, 3 months Vajrasattva, if we would do Vajrasattva every day in our lives, these problems would come up, would clarify, would heal. It would happen, but we don't do it. And then we say, oh, no, Buddhist doesn't work with this. I need therapy. Therapy can, for sure, it's very helpful. It is very helpful. And I would advise to, depending on the therapy, of course, but a good one that really gets into what you need, and something I would advise to make both, but not because Buddhism doesn't have the techniques. It just, we don't do it many times. So I think, so it's good that we have given ourselves this opportunity for Vajrasattva purification, so we can go ahead and purify some more, right? We can start with the daily prayers. And So we take a moment to settle down body and mind, and we adopt a comfortable posture for both body and mind, which is present, stable here. We try to find certain level of energy and clarity within ourselves, a certain level of presence. And at the same time, this is a relaxed posture, relaxed presence. So a lot of practice goes into finding this balance when meditating. Not too tight, not too loose. So we can just settle down a little bit. We can use our breath for that. And we can make friends with ourselves when doing this. So just let your mind sit in the same place as your body and your breath. We allow our breath to just flow in and out. And this is part of our experience, of the experience right now. Just let it be with an open mind. Maybe we can contact with a sense of being at peace with ourselves and with the world. So there are things within us that we don't like that much, maybe. That we want to be better at this or that. Or things that we've done that we're not proud of, to say the least. And there are things that have been done to us, or difficult situations or persons for us. So we can take a few moments to just try to be at ease with this. This is life. This is what there is. We can try to forgive ourselves, forgive the world. Just imagine we can do it, and we can somehow be more at peace, at ease with ourselves and with others and with the world and our life. So just take a moment for that. Even if it's small, just allow this sense to grow within you slowly. This forgiveness, this forgiving attitude is a sense of release of difficult emotions, of anger, of guiltiness, of frustration as well sometimes. And so just let them be a little bit released and go away slowly. From here we can recall our sense of refuge and bodhicitta, refuge in our inner potential, which is incredible, and refuge in, if you feel like it, in Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, or in the great good qualities there are in the universe, great beings that can help us, that are here wanting to help us, to contact with us. Sense of refuge in our gurus, in our inner guru as well. They can help us get free from the deep oceans of samsara, of afflictions, of karma. not knowing what will happen. And of suffering many times. And we can imagine all beings in this same situation as we are. This existence of samsara, conditioned existence all around us. And somehow we're here also for them, also with them. As far as we feel comfortable with it. We can go through the daily prayers. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends and hatred for enemies. Reverently, I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind. I present clouds of every type of offering, actual and imagined. I declare all my negative actions accumulated since beginningless time. I rejoice in the merit of all holy and ordinary beings, including oneself. Please remain until the end of cyclic existence and turn the wheel of Dharma for living beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of all others to the great enlightenment. And we offer the mandala. O sashi boki shushi meto cham rira linchi nide genpadi sange shintu mite ua yidryoku namda shin la shopa shu. Ida Guru Ratna Mandala Kamniryatayami. And I'm going to share Calling the Guru from Afar, which is very beautiful. I love it in retreat, so we can go together reciting it if you want. Lama, think of me. Lama, think of me. Lama, think of me. Magnificent, glorious Guru, dispelling the darkness of ignorance. Magnificently glorious Guru, revealing the path of liberation. Magnificently glorious Guru, liberating from the waters of samsara. Magnificently glorious Guru, eliminating the diseases of the 5 poisons. Magnificently glorious Guru, who's the wish granted jewel. I beseech you, please bless me. Magnificently glorious Guru, please bless me to remember impermanence and death from my heart. Magnificently glorious Guru, please bless me to generate the thought of no need in my mind. Magnificently glorious Guru, please bless me to abide one-pointedly in practice in isolated places. Magnificently glorious Guru, please bless me not to have any hindrances to my practice. Magnificently glorious Guru, please bless me to realize without error the view of the fundamental nature of reality. Magnificently glorious Guru, please bless me so that all bad conditions appear as a support. Magnificently glorious Guru, please bless me to accomplish effortlessly the 2 works of self and others. Magnificently glorious Guru, please bless me soon, very soon. Please bless me on this very cushion. Please bless me in this very session. May I not arise heresy or wrong views, even for a second in the actions of the glorious Guru. May I regard whatever actions are done as pure. With this wisdom, may I receive the blessings of the Guru in my heart. We can imagine the Guru in form of Buddha Shakyamuni, or light in front of us, or what we feel comfortable with. Magnificent and precious root Guru, please abide on the lotus seat at my heart. Guide me with your great kindness and grant me the realizations of your holy body, speech, and mind. And this light, or Guru Buddha Shakyamuni, or our image of the Guru, melts into light and absorbs into us and goes to the heart and is stable there. And it protects us and it guides us and it awakens our own capacity for wisdom, love, compassion, freedom, and all we need. And it awakens also our own capacity for healing and purifying. So with this, we're going to practice the Vajrasattva practice. We check again our bodies. If we find there's tightness somewhere, we just try to not be too tight with ourselves. We're just here, we just do it. If we find we need some energy, we give it to ourselves. we recall bodhicitta and place all beings around us. On your right side is your father. On your left side is your mother. Your enemy and those sentient beings who make you agitated are in front of you. People you are attached to are seated behind you. All other universal living beings are surrounding you. Visualize the standing Heruka embracing Vajrasattva as your principal refuge object. Around him are the Dakas and the Kinis, wrathful gods and peaceful goddesses, and many other Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and Arhats who have completely attained the everlasting peaceful realization of enlightenment. There are 62 different deities in the Heruka mandala. I forever take refuge in Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. I take refuge in all the three vehicles, in the Dakas and the Kinis of secret mantra yoga, in the heroes and heroines, the gods and goddesses, and in the bodhisattvas of the 10 bhumis. But most of all, I take refuge in my holy Guru forever. I forever take refuge in Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. I take refuge in all the three vehicles, in the Dakas and the Kinis of secret mantra yoga, in the heroes and heroines, the gods and goddesses, and in the bodhisattvas of the 10 bhumis. But most of all, I take refuge in my holy Guru forever. I forever take refuge in Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. I take refuge in all the three vehicles, in the Dakas and the Kinis of secret mantra yoga, in the heroes and heroines, the gods and goddesses, and in the bodhisattvas of the 10 bhumis. But most of all, I take refuge in my holy Guru forever. When we think of the Guru, it's not just anyone, it's someone who is there. If we have someone in mind, which is our Guru, our reference, we think of him or her. Or they can be various beings. Otherwise, we just think whoever is there, great beings, all these qualities in the universe, and this awaken our own inner Guru as well. I must become Heruka in order to lead all sentient beings to the sublime state of Herukahood. I must become Heruka in order to lead all sentient beings to the sublime state of Herukahood. I must become Heruka in order to lead all sentient beings to the sublime state of Herukahood. The objects of refuge then melt into light and dissolve into Heruka, who in turn melts into light and dissolves into you. Instantaneously, I arise as dark blue Heruka with one face and two arms holding Dorje and bell. Out of the void, about 6 inches above the crown of my head, appears the seed syllable Pam, which transforms into a 1,000-petal lotus. On top of the lotus appears the seed syllable A, which transforms into a moon disk. In the center of the moon disk stands the seed syllable Hum. Suddenly, the Hum transforms into a white 5-pronged Vajra with a Hum at its center. Much radiant light emanates from both the Hum and the Vajra, going out into the 10 directions and completing the 2 purposes, offering great psychic blissful energy to all gurus and Buddhas, and purifying the defilements of all sentient beings. The whole universe melts into light. This light then returns and is absorbed by the Hum in the Vajra. The home and Vajra also melt into light and transform into Heruka Vajrasattva on top of our crown. Vajrasattva is white. He has one face and two arms. Sitting in the full lotus position, he holds a Vajra in his right hand at his heart and a bell in his left, which rests in his lap. His consort, Dorje Makarmo, embraces him, her legs encircling his body. She too is white and has one face and two arms. She holds a curved knife in her right hand and a skull cap in her left. They are both dressed in robes of heavenly silk and adorned by precious jewel ornaments. They both have 6 syllables Om at the crown chakra, A at the throat chakra, and Hum at the heart. Brilliant light radiates from the home at the heart, invoking the divine supreme wisdom energy of all the Tathagatas to the space in front of Vajrasattva, in the form of the wisdom beings. And we bless, and then we will offer the offerings. Om Kendaro Hi Hum Peon Showa Shuddha Sarva Dharma Sowa Shuddho Ham. All is void. Out of the void appears a 6 syllable A. It turns into a huge white skull cap containing the 5 meads and nectars. They melt, becoming an ocean of the Amrita energy of divine transcendental wisdom. Oma, Honha Hori, Oma, Honha Hori, Oma, Honha Hori. And now, as we present the offerings, we can imagine that all these beautifully transformed things fill the sky completely. Om Vajrasattva Arga Pradisha Hunsaha. Om Vajrasattva Padya Pradisha Hunsaha. Om Vajrasattva Pupe Pradisha Hunsaha. Om Vajrasattva Dupe Pradisha Hunsaha. Om Vajrasattva Aloke Pradisha Hunsaha. Om Vajrasattva Gende Pradisha Hunsaha. Om Vajrasattva Nyude Pradisha Hunsaha. Om Vajrasattva Shakti Hunsaha. Ja Hum Bam Ho. They become non-dual. The wisdom beings, who are the wisdom energy of all the Tathagatas, joyfully sink into Vajrasattva's divine heart, becoming completely one, like a drop of water sinking into the ocean. And now the empowerment. Again, brilliant light radiates from the home at the divine heart, invoking all the initiating deities of the 5 families. Make offerings to them. Om Penchakula Saparivare Argam Padyam Pupe Dupe Aloke Gende Nyude Saham. Oh Tathagatas, please bestow me Heruka Vajrasattva initiation. On me, it means now the initiation into Vajrasattva on top of our crown, but this in turn blesses us completely. Because we're kind of inseparable anyway. It's our own wisdom energy that is manifesting in the form of Vajrasattva too. Upon this request, all the Tathagatas hold up their initiation vases, which are full of the Amrita energy of divine transcendental wisdom, and the Amrita starts to flow. The divine body of perfect absolute wisdom, Heruka Vajrasattva, is completely filled with the Amrita energy of blissful transcendental wisdom. Some Amrita overflows and transforms into Akshobhya, who adorns Vajrasattva's crown. The initiation deities melt into light and sink into Vajrasattva. At the center of a moon disk at the divine heart stands the seed syllable hum, encircled by the 100-syllable mantra, standing counterclockwise around the edge of the moon disk. And offerings. Om Vajrasattva Argam Padyam Pupe Dupe Aloke Gende Niude Shata. Om Vajrasattva Om Ahum. Known to all divine wisdom, magnificent inner jewel, ornament of all mother sentient beings. Indestructible, magnificent wisdom mind that releases all sentient beings from all negativities of body, speech, and mind, especially broken vows and pledges. To you, glorious Vajrasattva, I prostrate. We'll offer the mandala, short one. This ground anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, 4 continents, the sun, and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha field and offer it. May all living beings enjoy this pure land. The right view of Sunyata is one with the wisdom of great bliss. This wisdom transforms into Mount Meru, the sun, the moon, and all other phenomena in the universe. I offer everything magnificent to you, ocean of great kindness, who are liberated and who liberates all mother sentient beings as well. The objects of my attachment, aversion, and ignorance, friends, enemies, and strangers, and my body, wealth, and enjoyments. Without any sense of loss or hesitation, I offer this collection. Please accept it with pleasure and bless me and all sentient beings with freedom from the 3 poisons. Idang Guru Ratna Mandala Kamni Dyatayami. And the power of regret. Through ignorance and delusion, I have broken and damaged my pledges. Holy Guru, who has the power to liberate me, my inner master, holder of the Vajra, whose essence is great compassion, Lord of all migratory sentient beings, to you I go for refuge. O Bhagavan Vajrasattva, destroyer of all defilements, who has attained all realizations and has passed to the other shore, I request you to please purify all negativities, unbroken and damaged pledges of myself and other sentient beings. We stop here and think of the power of regret, which is not guiltiness, it's regret. We know there's some things that didn't go well, that there are causes of suffering in our mainstream. So we contact with them, and so that later on we'll purify the suffering and also its causes. So we take a pause to think of those. And the power of remedy. Because of this request, brilliant light radiates from the mantra rosary and the home at the divine heart of Vajrasattva. The light purifies all negativities and obscurations of all sentient beings and becomes an offering for all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. The essence of the perfect qualities of their holy body, speech, and mind, all their transcendental knowledge, wisdom, returns in the form of light that sinks into the home and the mantra rosary at Vajrasattva's divine heart. From the home and the mantra rosary, a stream of blissful white Amrita energy begins to flow down through the central channel of the divine couple. The Amrita flows out through their secret chakras in union and flows into me through my crown chakra. Flying down through my central channel, this stream of transcendental wisdom Amrita energy fills my whole body, destroying all negativities and defilements of my body, speech, and mind. These are completely purified. Om Vajra, Heruka Samaya, Manupalaya, Heruka Denapatita, Didamewa, Satakaya Mewa, Sakaya Mewa. Tina Prayata, Om Vajra, Heruka Mamata, Heruka Mahajamaya Sava, Vaya, Heruka, the mantra slowly dissolve. Just stay there with open awareness. Now body, speech and mind have been completely purified. Body is filled with this light and nectar. All the heaviness, negative imprints, suffering and its causes are gone. Have been purified. We just stay there for a while. Recall emptiness. Everything is dependent arising. It's not fixed. It's not inherently negative karma or action. It's not even inherently I. Just interdependence of causes and conditions. So now the negative karma has been purified. And our body, speech, and mind are healing. We make offerings. Om Vajrasattva Argam Paryam Pupe Dupe Aloke Gende Nude Shabta Saha Om Vajrasattva, Om Ahom. Non-dual divine wisdom, magnificent inner jewel, ornament of all mother sentient beings, supreme, unchanging, everlasting, great bliss. Indestructible, magnificent wisdom mind that releases all sentient beings from all negativities of body, speech, and mind, especially broken vows and pledges. To you, glorious Vajrasattva, I prostrate. Vajrasattva says, O child of good family, your negativities and obscurations and damage and broken pledges are cleansed and purified. Think that what Guru Vajrasattva says has actually happened. All your negativities have been completely purified. There's not the slightest trace of defilement left on your mental continuum. Your mental continuum is completely pure. Now the power of restraint. From now on, I'll abstain from all devices that I can abstain from. And I'll abstain from those that are extremely difficult for me to abstain from for 1 day, 1 hour, 1 minute, or at least a few seconds. We can do this promise not as much as putting ourselves in a cage, but as with a sense of inner strength. This is my decision, and I can do it. And this will change negative tendencies and habits that are not helpful to anyone. And with this, we absorb Vajrasattva on top of our crown. Your vow to abstain from creating negative karma pleases Guru Vajrasattva, who melts now will melt into light and absorb into you. Dorje karma is transformed into light and is absorbed into Vajrasattva. Vajrasattva then melts into light and sinks into my heart, or between the eyebrows. My 3 doors of body, speech, and mind become inseparably one with Vajrasattva's holy body, speech, and mind. Vajrasattva and I are completely one, and I enjoy the bliss of sunyata in full samadhi, beyond the dualistic view that discriminates between subject and object. This is the highest possible enjoyment. So we do this absorption with an open, relaxed mind. We just do it. When we do it, it happens. So release as much as we can. We release tension. Just imagine Vajrasattva being dissolved into light and absorbed into us with an open, wide mind. And with this, we stabilize the guru within us, the outer guru, the inner guru, they just merge. And we can think that it becomes our guide. It's always accompanying us and awakening us. And we can dedicate. Because of this merit, may you quickly become Heruka Vajrasattva and lead each and every sentient being into his divine enlightened realm. May the precious body-mind not yet born arise and grow. And may that born have no decline, but increase forevermore. We take a minute for our own dedications. Very good, thank you. It's a nice practice. Remember to keep open mind, relaxed mind. If we feel tension, when we realize there's some tension, because we have this tendency, just release as much as we can. We just do it. And well, this is it. No? If we feel, sometimes we feel headache or tension, be careful not to think it's just purification. Maybe it is that we're going too tight. So we need to know to balance. I think it's an art, this thing. I mean, it's not easy to find the balance, right? Between doing it, being there, but just with the amount of energy to make it just flow, but still being there, not being away. It takes time, and it's nice to. Okay, yeah. Jonah says she won't be able to join us for the next session, so it's good. We see you tomorrow. Okay, so is there anything you want to share or ask, or just say goodbye? Okay. So enjoy, thank you, and see you later. Bye-bye. See you later.